Hello everybody, I am Zura and today we are going to review a super heavy tank coming from Japan, the Type-4 EV. This is the baby Tankzilla, just because Tankzilla is the tier 10, but it shares with the tier 10 the weight, the color, it's green like Hulk, and the gun. A massive, devastating, firing HE round. It's a very interesting and funny to play gun. We are going to see later the gameplay, and just because check how this monster performs on the battlefield, we are going to see the statistics of this tank compared to other Type-4 EV, and the motion just because the other tier 9 heavy tank are not so heavy. All the other tanks are faster, are more versatile, and the play style of this guy, the Type-4, is probably close to the motion and no more. So we are going to see three different ways of the different configuration of the same tank. We have the Type-4 with the 150mm gun with premium rounds, standard rounds, and then we have the Type-4 with the 140mm gun that should standard round and not HE, and the motion, because the Type-4 in this configuration is pretty similar to the motion. The TBM is a little bit worse, but has a great alpha damage, 600 damage. Penetration is pretty the same, 259. A lot of shell carried on this monster, and the gun handling is worse probably in any aspect compared to the motion, with the exception of the gun repression, that is 10 degrees of gun repression. So you can play the Type-4 EV like a standard tank with tons of armor and standard gun, but you have a different choice. We have a 150mm, 152mm gun specialized in firing only HE round, and we have two different type of HE round. The standard one that does an average 1100 damage, and the premium one that does 1400 damage. This gun is a little bit controversial just because it's a pay-to-win option. If I'm going to pay premium rounds, my premium rounds doesn't have any drawback, but only bonus, only benefit. The penetration is the same. I have 27% more DPM and more alpha damage, and no drawbacks at all. No drawbacks. The only drawback is the cost of the shell. I'm going to show you the cost of the shell. That is 6,400 compared with 1,320. Otherwise there are no drawback. So I'm going to say that, okay, this is probably, in my opinion, the best way to play this tank. Paying and using premium rounds, because this gun is absolutely funny to play. You can troll a lot of guys. You don't have enemy that scare you, just because with HE you can go through any armor no matter what. Later we are going to see how this tank can cast absolute havoc on the battlefield with this gun. And the gun handling is not good. I know that it's not good because it's an howitzer. It's a huge gun specialized in firing HE, and the shell velocity is not bad at all. And we have an aiming time not so bad. It's not good as the motion, the standard round, but not bad for HE gun. The dispersion is not bad. The accuracy, okay, dispersion, accuracy. The dispersion while moving, turning the tank and turning the turret, not bad at all. 10 degrees of gun depression. This gun is pretty damn usable. It's pretty damn scary when you are going to face a tank that don't need to aim at all and that can shoot you in any place, causing from 400 to 1500 damage. Unbelievable. Okay, 25 kilometers per hour. All those tanks are really slow. We are talking about super heavy tank with 161 tons of weight for everybody. Power to weight ratio sucks. Terrain resistance is not bad at all, but this tank is pretty damn slow. Turning the turret and turning the tank is a pain in the ass, so don't rely on mobility with this monster, with Tankzilla, because Tankzilla don't need mobility. Tankzilla needs armor, and we have tons of armor even in the butt. And we have a chunk health, more than 2000. The view range it's okay, standard. It takes fire a lot, so beware in using in not using fire extinguisher. But in my opinion, you are going to risk to take fire only if someone is shooting you in the butt. Otherwise, I don't feel that this tank is too much flammable. Let's go and check the suggested equipment: ventilation, gun rammer, and vertical stabilizer, just to maximize the gun handling. That is the key, the other key value, together with the armor of this tank. Look at this DPM. I'm going to use with the premium rounds. This tank has 4000 DPM. Unbelievable. It's pretty damn scary. And the tier 10 is even better. It's a huge monster, bigger than this one. Okay, let's go and check the armor. This tank is a steel monster with no weak spot at all. Lower plate, you need premium round to go through. Here, don't try to shoot at this part because it's very well angled, and nobody in the game can go through this part and this part. And here you need 260. Don't shoot at the cheeks. Never shoot at the cheeks. Never shoot at the slope part. Try to overmatch the flat part of the tank using premium round. This tank is an absolute monster. Even the cupola is not, it's not a weak spot, it's well rounded. You have to don't try to shoot at the cupola. Shoot premium round here on the flat part. Pay attention when you find the type tank, the tier 5, the type 5, the type 4 and type 5 on the side. Don't shoot it round on the spaced armor, okay? Try to shoot on the upper part of the hull and on the side of the turret that is pretty well armored. Even the rear I just said that this tank has armor even in the butt, and it's true. Okay, no weak spot at all. find the flattest part and go with premium rounds. If the tank is frontally, I just said here, here, and here. If the tank is angled, you can shoot at the cheeks, because the cheeks it's 210, 200 millimeter of penetration. Beware of the turret that is heavily armored. Okay, don't try to shoot at the tracks, because with the tank angled, the tracks is considered 50 millimeter of spaced armor. You can make a lot of problem going through this part. Just go for the cheeks or frontally premium round on the flattest part. An unbelievable monster. We know weak spot. In the next patch, Wargaming are going to reduce the armor of these two zones, these two areas. The driver and the gunner port are going to have 20 millimeter less of armor. Sorry for my English that sometimes gets stuck in my mouth. And now let's go and see how this beast, how Tankzilla go in the battlefield. And here we are at Lakeville, and we are not top tier, but with a tier 9 it's no matter what, it's not so dramatic to have 3 tanks above you. And I'm going in the valley just because I have the gun depression, I have a sick turret armor, and I have a gun that fears nothing at all. I know that there are some scary tanks on the other side. We can see Strivagen T100, T110E3. Okay, the scary tanks are finished. The other tanks are not so scary. Oh, T110E3, the more fearsome enemy is coming in the valley, just because he null down. That tank destroyer is almost invincible. I was pretty scary, or I go back to the base if I was driving an E75 and STI, because standard EV tank can't go through the armor of T110E3, because you need at least 320 penetration for the cupola, and the standard EV tank doesn't. Look at this snapshot with this monster gun. The shot didn't penetrate, but 600 damage for the unlucky WT, the tank destroyer tier 9. And now my first mistake, I thought to be hidden behind the rocks, but the premium rounds coming from E3 and the standard rounds of the German tank destroyer goes reliably through my armor, and I took down immediately the WT of Panzer IV. And now it's time to concentrate on T110E3, the most fearsome tank that everybody can find in this situation, because it has the best armor in the game, the best frontal armor in the game, and a fearsome gun with premium rounds. And look at this one. I have aimed at, okay, I can say that this is a weak spot, because the cupola on the A3 is 320 more armor, more millimeter of armor, but the HE round caused more than 500 damage and probably critical hit. I could damage some module, or I can damage, or can wound some crew members. So I'm trying to hide myself and try to harass this guy, shooting at the weak spot and trying to kill as more crew member as possible. I know that I have a grill on my back that is supporting me, shooting HE too, and it is a good thing, just because the monster armor of the E3 is useless against HE round. Look, another premium round, 376 I think millimeter of penetration of the E3 can go reliably through the monster armor of this tank. This is a very good tank for novice player because you have tons of armor, a gun that can damage easily everybody, but the armor doesn't have good angles. So in this situation, this tank, it's not the best. I have preferred an STI, a Russian STI can be more reliable. The turret armor of the STI is way better than the Type-4 EV, but whatever, we are driving in a Type-4 and I need to carry on this match till the end. So I want to be not so brave but not so coward. So I decided to go all alone. I'm asking from help to the Grilly that is coming. I want to reach this position just because I can hide more part of my tank and I can try to shoot someone, because I believe that all the other guys in the enemy team are on the right part of the map. The minimap is showing me that a lot of low armored targets. Ooh, look at this one. One shot, one shot, one shot, one shot, one shot. No, probably no penetration. The lucky Scorpion G received only 500 damage. Probably my bullet hit the upper plate of the Scorpion, and the penetration of this gun, that is 75, I believe, could be not enough. Okay, some spotting damage because someone probably have shooted the Scorpion, and now I'm trying to hold this position. Because we are in difficult. Enemies are well placed. I can go out and shoot at this Trivagen just because I know that a lot of other guys are looking at me and I don't have any HP left. I can't rely on my armor just because on the other side we have two Scorpions. I'm 100% sure, and the Strivagen 2 is pretty damn dangerous because the gun of the Swedish tank destroyer can easily go through my armor. So I decided to camp here. I'm going to accelerate the replay, and here it comes, the Centurion. Let's see. Godzilla gun, 400 damage, probably. I have shoot it at the side where there is a thin spaced armor that covered the tracks. Probably this is why this low roll, but someone took out the Centurion, and here it comes the spotter, the light tank. And now it's time to kill this little sneaky bastard because he's spotting gas, and my friends receive a shoot probably from the Scorpion. There's two Scorpions. I believe that there are two Scorpions because my friend received a hit, and me too. Probably there are, yeah, two Scorpion camping on this side of the map, and I need to wait, because I have 10 degrees of gun depression and my gun depression is not enough. I have to wait for the enemies. But we won the other side and probably my teammates are coming to help me. And now a super shot at the cupola of the Bulldog. The Bulldog didn't believe in the accuracy of the Tankzilla, and Tankzilla at close range can be enough accurate to aim at the cupola. And now only 3 nasty tank destroyer left. The Strivagen, the tier 10 is covered in space armor, but my gun fears no space armor. Okay, this shot go through the Swedish tank destroyer. I don't know. My bullet go, and I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know the reason. Probably some bad RNG. Okay, it's time to go back. Now 666, the number of the beast. I succeeded in scaring this poor guy with a Swedish tank destroyer that decided to shoot at my friend because the grill is an easy target. Then Tankzilla, and now it's up to you. Okay, Tankzilla, do the job. This gun can go through any armor, no matter what. If you are a Strivagen, if you are in a mouse, you have no chance to survive to Tankzilla. And here comes the post-game stat. Okay. Mastery, some minor achievement. Spartan, to have fought for a lot of time with less than 10% of my hit points. And then high caliber, let's check the team score, more than 5,004 kill. Experience so and so. It's not an exceptional battle, but is the right battle to show you that Tankzilla fear no one. Team 123, more than 300 armor. It's not a problem. We have HE pay to win monster gun. HE pay to win, HE pay to win, HE pay. Because I go down, I have lost 400,000 credits just because each shot costs 6,400 credits. So this tank is not to be considered a good money maker, but 10,000 experience for a 5 per game. This tank is good or not? This tank is like the KV2. This tank is like the KV2. Do you wanna say that the KV2 is good? KV2 is not good. KV2 is funny. It's funny because you can troll, you have sudden explosion, you can see 1000 damage, and this tank is the same. It's low, it's so and so. There are a lot of tier 9 heavy tank that are way better than this one, but this tank is pretty okay. It's fun to play. You have to go to tier 10 because probably nobody are going to leave this tank in garage. So it's a nice tank to play with sometimes. It's not one of the greatest tier 9 heavy tank in the game, but it's not awful. It's funny to play, it's expensive to play, and it's funny to play. Okay, even for this review I have done, I give you appointment to the next one. I hope you enjoyed this experience. Don't forget to leave a like if you have liked the review. Otherwise, give me so hint to improve my YouTube channel. at the next review, guys. See you soon. Bye.